Selamat sejahtera Encik Isham. We are from Construction Engineering Section 1, Group 8. The title given is Formwork System from Pile Cap, Stump, Beam, Slab, Column, Upper Beam and Upper Slab to the Roof Beam. And this name list shows the group member of Group 8. Let's move to the introduction. Formwork is defined as a temporary framework which serves as a mold for freshly mixed concrete, allowing it to be put into the appropriate shape and develop sufficient strength before being hardened and matured. And these are the types of formwork, which are timber formwork, plywood formwork, metallic formwork, plastic formwork, fabric formwork, and system formwork. For timber formwork, it is the most flexible type and it is workable and suitable for small construction projects. While for plywood formwork, it is always used along with timber formwork, and it is used for large area, results in reduction of labor cost of fixing and dismantling of formwork. For metallic formwork, it can be used multiple times and have long service life, and it has high strength and durability. System formwork is factory made. It can be used multiple times and it can produce quality finish, and it is the most cost effective in the long run.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mohammed Hazim bin Abdullah Ghaffur, and 6 numbers F220027. Okay, definition of pile cap. What is pile cap? Term of pile cap might be used to describe a reinforced concrete slab constructed on top of a group of foundation piles to evenly displace or spread the load they are to carry. So this is an example for the pile cap. Construction sequence for a pile cap. Setting out, engineer decide with surveyor, point of pile cap. Number 2, excavation work, use backhoe excavator. For installation, use a timber formwork, followed by drawing plan. Install reinforcement, inspection, check the pile cap and access road for machinery before pour concrete. Completing work using a vibrator to avoid segregation. Method of construction pile cap using a timber formwork. First, setting out. Formwork size and point must follow the drawing plan. Next, cutting and joining a formwork following the size, height and shape. Next, install stand to support the formwork from collapse. Next, measuring formwork to ensure it's following a drawing plan. Next, install reinforcement bar. Make a spacer block to avoid a honeycomb defect. Next, nails to timber to make a center line for column to maintain the column is in a correct position in concreting process. Lastly, pour concrete using vibrator. Definition of stump. Stump is the simplest and most familiar footing used for vertical support and the transfer of building loads to the foundation. Stumps are used to support timber frame houses, for which they are currently the most cost effective. There are 3 types of material that usually used for stumps. It's timber, concrete and steel. Construction sequence procedure for a stump. First, setting out, determine the starter bar position, height of starter bar and elevation of stump. Number 2, formwork installation. For a stump, usually use a timber formwork made by following the shape, height and size based on the drawing plan. Number 3 is reinforcement installation. It's already installed in the pile cap construction method, so just determine the position of the stump and link a column reinforcement bar. Number 5 is inspection check. Check dimension level of stump, setting out for the starter bar and cleanliness. Number 6, concreting work. Curing process will be conducted using vibrator to avoid segregation. Method of construction stump using timber formwork. Firstly, setting out the shape, size and height from formwork based on drawing plan. Number 2 is cutting and joining a formwork according its shape, size and height on the drawing plan. Number 3, install stand formwork to avoid formwork from collapse when pouring concrete process. Next, measuring the size of formwork to ensure it's follow drawing plan. Next, link a column reinforcement bar and make sure the starter bar in a correct position. The last one is pouring concrete using a vibrator to avoid segregation. Differentiation between pile cap and stump formwork. Number 1 is pile cap formwork size bigger than stump formwork size. Number 2 is pile cap have a spacer block while stump do not have. Number 3, pile cap formwork support by 4-sided stand timber and saw, while stump only support by 4-sided stand timber. Alright, the next one is technologies and innovation of formwork system. Modular formwork. Modular formwork is easy to install, much faster, saving time, saving contractor costs, and interchangeable. While the fiberglass shuttering is smoother finish, no plastering, lightness, simplicity, durability, solidity, resistant to temperature changes. So these 2 types of formwork system can be used to innovate the construction method of formwork in our country.
Selamat sejahtera, my name is Chong Ling, and now I will continue to present about the construction method of the formwork for ground beam and slab. For the construction method of ground beam and slab, we will divide into two parts. The part 1 is the ground beam, and second part 2 is the ground slab. And this is the procedure of the construction for ground beam. First, we need to set it up. Second, we need to install the formwork system. Then continue with the installation of the reinforcement bar. Then we need to double check it before we do the completing work. After we finish completing work and the concrete is done recurring process, we need to remove the formwork system. And this is the detailing drawing for the formwork system of the ground beam. We can see that they have two types of the formwork. One is corner formwork and second is the middle formwork. The corner formwork is at the corner of the beam. And then they have two height of the formwork. The higher formwork is at the outside and you need to consider the height of the beam and the thickness of the slab. And for the middle formwork, you just need to consider the height of the beam. And then this formwork is consist of the four side formwork and with their supports. Then the formwork system is need to construct on the limb concrete and it need to spray the anti-termite because it is on the ground. What we need to do during the construction process. During the setting up process, the limb concrete is done and it is in the right position. Then the site, dimension, position, and type of formwork and the beam is need to determine. And at the installed formwork system, in the starter type and coating is processed and it need to type at the interval of the formwork system and the quarter with the authorized release agent. Then continue with the installation of the reinforcement bar. We need to check the lapping length of the bar. And then we need to inspection. We need to check the dimension, size, position of limb, and the length of the starter bar. And for the concrete load, we need to estimate the volume of concrete platform for the mobile crane instead of the concrete trucks. Before we do the completing work, and at the completing work, we need to pour the concrete to the right position. After the current process is done, which is the concrete has attained a minimum adequate strength, the formwork system can be removed. And then we need to continue with the part 2, which is construction for the slab. The process of the construction for slab is similar with the beam. First, we need to set it up and then build and install the formwork system for slab. Second, prepare and install the reinforcement of floor slab. Third, we need to completing the floor slab, finishing, completion, and pouring the concrete. Lastly, curing process and remove the formwork after 14 days of the curing process. This is the detailing drawing for the ground slab. We need to remove the interior formwork and backfill with earth between the beam. After backfill, we need to do the compaction. If they have any M&E drawing, we need to install the M&E tapping. We need to spray the anti-termite and install the plastic sheet, then follow to the pouring concrete on the soil before we install the reinforcement bar.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Afiq bin Muhammad Saroni from Section 1 Construction Engineering. So I will tell you what is column. Column is a vertical structure member which is transmit the load from the beam of the building foundation. These are example type of shape column, square and round. Okay, so we go to the another part, which is what is important during construct the column. Okay, first is formwork. Make sure the dimension, orientation, level is right. Then the place and the size during construct the column. Okay, this means the column must be follow the spec of drawing. And then 3 bar reinforcement also follow the spec drawing. And lastly is spacer for avoid honeycomb and make a concrete cover. So here is a suspended slab. What is suspended slab? Suspended slabs mean that the beam and the slab we construct together. Okay, so the method is do a formwork for a beam. The formwork at the side formwork must be higher than the other one, and the middle of the beam is same with the other one. And then must do a formwork for slab. And make enough support. If do not, you can have a scaffolding for under to cover and to support enough under the plywood, under the soffit. and then install bar reinforcement which together one time, and then spacer. Don't forget the spacer, because to avoid every structure they want the concrete cover need a spacer, because to avoid honeycomb. Here is a suspended slab. This mean what I mean by the middle one is the lower than the side one. You can see at the picture, left one is the lower side formwork from the right one. So that means the side formwork must higher than the mid for the concreting work. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Azir bin Fawaluddin. My metric number is CF220044, and today I would like to talk about formwork system roof beam and column at upper floor. First of all, roof beam is a load bearing member that contribute to the structural strength of a building. It provides support for the floor or roof above, while also adding strength to the wall. So this is the method for the beam. First of all, you need to prepare your work and suitable tools. For the limited front of the wall, build to trussless, and then we can construct the trussless and use wedges to secure them tightly. Nail to board connector to the beam wall support left and right side. Diagonal bracing must be secure to the column, and then we can make the formwork bottom. Use a scaffolding to support the timber for soffit, and then we can connect the prefabricated side panel on the left and right side of the cover strap, and then we need to nail a truss board to the formwork panels, laterally foot. Then we need to tie the formwork together at the wallers with tie wire. Lastly, we need to check the formwork for alignment and size accuracy once more. We need to make a correction necessary if to fix the problem. This is example of the complete drawing for the beam. As you can see, there are three pictures including the size of the beam. Please make sure the size of the beam based on your drawing. For the column at upper floor, the upper floor column is exactly as the same as the normal column. However, it has an addition method to do it. In architecture and structural engineering, a column or a pillar is structural element that transmit the weight of the structure above other structural element below through compression. For the column at upper floor method, it has 7 steps. First of all, we need to investigate the formwork project, make sure the size and dimension is following the drawing. Script the upper column size on the concrete bottom, including spacer. Nail the rim of the column to the concrete. After that, we can set up one column. After that, we can insert the reinforcement steel and then erect the arch timber. Make a correction if necessary. So this is an example of the column. As you can see, this is the complete drawing of the column at upper floor. It is exactly the same as the normal column.
As a conclusion, we can note that the formwork system is very important in the construction work. Therefore, we need to know what caused the formwork system failure, and we need to avoid it. First, the failure is caused by the improper bracing. The concrete installation was not properly under control. The vibration brought on by passing traffic, movement of people and equipment on the formwork. For the safety precaution, a warning sign must be posted, and we need to protect the formwork that will be reused, and the permanent propping and shoring is necessary if the beam and slab formwork system are to be removed before the concrete can reach the working track. Lastly, for the maintenance of the formwork, the timber formwork should be protected from the direct sunlight. Any formwork that contains steel components should be stored in a dry area. Clean formwork with stiff brush and clean cool water. The use of scraper only as a last eventuality. And we need to keep the formwork well oily to prevent the delamination of the plywood or rusting of steel and always oil the edges. That's all for us. Thank you.